As far as the rest of the specs go, the M01 boasts a newer, more powerful, and more efficient Qualcomm Snapdragon 439 chip over its immediate predecessor, the Samsung M01 Core. And it looks as if the M01 rights all wrongs from the M01 Core and potentially fixes almost everything we didn't like about the first iteration. So let's dive deep to see how the phone handles in real life use. If we look at the specs in brief, the Samsung Galaxy M01 smartphone has a 5.71-inch touchscreen display with 720 into 1560 pixels resolution and 19.5:9 aspect ratio. It is powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 439 processor with 3 gigs of RAM. The Samsung Galaxy M01 runs Android 11 OS and is powered by a 4000 mAh lithium-ion battery to last you a total video playback for about 16 hours. It packs a dual rear camera setup which includes a 13MP primary camera with a second 2MP camera. The phone also comes with a 5MP camera on the front for selfies and video calls. The Samsung Galaxy M01 price starts at 7500 rupees for the single 3GB RAM 32GB storage variant launched in India. The phone is available in black, blue and red color options. Looking at the design, on the front bezels are okay, the chin is a tad thick and the notch is pretty small and unobstructive. No complaints here. In terms of size and weight, this weighs around 168 grams. Coming to the ports, we have a micro USB port for charging, obviously. It can also be used for data transfer. A 3.5 mm headphone jack, volume buttons on the left, and the power button on the right. There's also the dual SIM card plus micro SD card slot tray on the right. Not to mention the SIM card ejection tool we get in the box. Let's come to the display. It has a 5.71-inch touchscreen TFT LCD Infinity display with 720 into 1560 pixels resolution, 294 pixels per inch density, and an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. It has a water drop notch which houses the front selfie camera. The Samsung Galaxy M01 weighs around 168 grams, housing a fully plastic body at the back, including a plastic frame, considering the price. The cameras. This device has a basic dual rear camera setup which consists of a 13 megapixel primary camera and a second 2MP depth camera. There's also a flash under the main camera. This phone supports autofocus. In the front, there is a 5MP camera for selfies and calls, which is placed in the water drop notch. Video recording is appreciable at 1080p at 30 frames per second. The Samsung Galaxy M01 runs One UI 3.1 based on Android 11 and is powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 439 processor with 3 gigabytes of RAM. Sensors in the phone are an accelerometer for fitness apps, light sensor for auto brightness, and a proximity sensor at the top. As far as the biometrics go, the Samsung Galaxy M01 supports face unlock for quick access, but no fingerprint unlock unfortunately. Now, with 3 gigs of RAM backed by the octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 439 chipset, this is a convincing piece of consumer tech under Rs 8,999. The others, such as Samsung M01 Core, Panasonic Eluga i7, Redmi 9A, Oppo A5, Realme Narzo 10A, and the Realme C3, the cheaper alternatives, house chipsets from MediaTek, mainly the Helio G25 processors, which come with a lot of vulnerabilities, basically overheating and subpar performance. So it is completely safe to say that no matter the rest of the hardware such as battery and cameras, as far as the chipsets are concerned, The Snapdragon chipsets on the low-end phones are really up to the mark. The M01 also experiences a little bit of heating when used for longer periods, but basically all phones under 15,000 rupees get heated. But again, compared to other companies, the Samsung M01 with the Snapdragon chipset is the safest choice when it comes into processors. Battery and storage. The Samsung M01 falls behind its competitors with the battery. This packs only about 4000 milliamps of battery, lithium ion once again, compared to the other 5000 mAh batteries on the others. Though it's pretty enough to last you for a day with general usage and Samsung's One UI optimized well to maintain the battery life. This device charges with a micro USB. It has 32 gigabytes of onboard storage that can be expanded up to 512 GB via a micro SD card slot. User interface. The Samsung Galaxy M01 runs Samsung's One UI 3.1 based on Android 11. It houses most of the general One UI perks but not the ones restricted to flagship devices. The face widgets offer a few other options such as weather, alarm, music, date and time, or today's agenda from the calendar. They can be shown on the lock screen too. The display menu lets you tinker with brightness levels and the blue light filter. Perhaps you would be more interested in the system-wide dark mode toggle as well as the navigation bar sub-menu. This feature lets you choose between software buttons and Samsung's full-screen gesture-based navigation. The connectivity. The dual SIM Samsung Galaxy M01 smartphone accepts nano SIM and nano SIM cards. Connectivity options included in the device are Wi-Fi, GPS for Google Maps, micro USB, FM radio, but you'll need to plug in to the aux cable for that, 3G, 4G with support from some LTE networks in India. Now the verdict. As I said earlier in the video, until the processors are concerned, not much overheating issues, top performance, well optimized software, and the overall quality of this piece of tech under 8000 Indian rupees, it is safe to go for it without any other considerations. So that was it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.